CBK Report, big time Twitter account, did their top 30 sophomores in college basketball cart, and it's a list. It's a list. It's a big list. This is a hard.
It's a list.
This is a hard undertaking to do. I'm actually, to be clear, I want to make sure I'm not throwing any shade. I think CBK Report gets a lot of shit from certain people or sites, and I don't think they should. Like, I think there's a lot of people who like downplay engagement as if it's just like all for clicks and all nonsense, and like being good at engagement is a huge skill set, and it is like really important in being successful in this industry. So nobody should be ashamed of being good at engagement. CBK Report is really, really good at engagement. They come up with good stuff like this. So we're a pro list podcast. This is a list. Top 30 sophomores in college basketball. JT Toppin at Texas Tech is number 1. PJ Haggerty at Memphis is 2. Josh Hubbard, Mississippi State, 3. Colin Murray Boyles at 4. Owen Freeman at Iowa at 5. I think you could have given me 100 chances, and I would have never gotten more than one of those 5 names correct if I was trying to make the top 5 sophomores in college basketball. Milan Momcilovic, 6. Miles Rice, 7. Didon Thomas, 8 from UNLV. Jackson Shellstad, 9. Oregon. Mackenzie Mbako, 10. Indiana. 2 Indiana sophomores in the top 10. I'll just fly through the rest of the names quickly. Marcus Burton, Elliot Cadeau, Malik Mack, Alex Condon, Krivas from Arizona, Bain Ndongo, DJ Wagner, Aiden Holloway, Jeremy Fears Jr. at 19, Jizzle James, 20, Eric Daly, KJ Lewis, JoJo Tugler, Kwame Evans, Jalen Stewart, Xavier Brown, Mason Falslev, Jalon Lowe, Sebastian Mack, and Solomon Ball. Ending this list. 2 UConn in the final 5. Jeremy Fears at 19. It's quite a list, like I said. It's a list, Cart. What's your reaction to this list?
My initial reaction is actually more so not judging like where guys are, as more so judging like there's actually some very talented sophomores that are in college basketball. Like this, okay, that's crazy. That's insane.
What?
An unprompted full-on grip and bite of a banana while I'm speaking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? No. Oh my word.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know what list you need to be on, but you need to be on a list.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll just breeze past that, Reverend. But there's some very talented guy. Come on, man. Like, I can't work like this. I can't. Like, you are just full on attacking an unwrapped banana, by the way. Like, that thing is all the way undone, and you are palming it and eating it.
I've been laughing about this for an hour knowing I was going to do this. Continue, though. Please continue.
Are you good?
Just
okay.
We're working on our top 30 sophomores in college. There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of good ones, a lot of talented ones in the Big Ten specifically, though. Like, you got 2 Oregon guys on this list. You got Owen Freeman, Fears. I'm even looking at the list right now, and all I can see out on my peripheral is you. And then you bite it slow. You're ruining the show, man. You really are. But listen, I like this list, actually. There's a couple guys that are in the, like, I love Hubbard and I love Haggerty. They shouldn't be above Murray Boyles. You can make an argument that maybe Mackenzie Mbako should be higher on this list. But I think this honestly bodes well for the Big Ten in general, that these sophomores are going to be really, really good. Are you surprised that no Purdue sophomores made this list?
You want like Cam Heide on this list?
I don't know how they do like redshirt situations, but I feel like Cam Heide should be on this list. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the red shirt's the question. I don't know if he counts. Also, Jeremy Fears is a freshman.
True. Also, Miles Rubin should have been on this list. Banana Bandit.
The banana's gone for the record. I was so excited to do that all morning. Okay. Can we do like a quick too high, too low for everybody on this list?
We most certainly can.
JT Toppin, not the best sophomore in college basketball.
We're positive?
Yes. Are you not?
No, he's probably not the best sophomore.
There's some great sophomores in this sport.
There are.
JT Toppin is not the number 1 guy. Come on.
Ah, man, he's good. You know, I love JT Toppin
Yeah,
though.
he's not the number one guy. He's just not.
Number
Like
one in my heart.
he might be number 7 on my list. PJ Haggerty, two's too high.
Yes, I agree
Jo-
with that. And
Josh Hubbard's good.
I'm a Haggerty guy, and he's
Josh
too.
Hubbard's good. Three's too high.
Yes,
Colin Murray Boyles at 4, I think is too low. I think he's the number 1 sophomore in college basketball.
I would agree. Yes,
Owen Freeman at 5 is either too high or just right. I think it's probably a little high.
it's a little high, and I
A
love
lot of
Frank.
people like Owen Freeman, but that's you swap the 6 through 10 on this list with the 1 through 5. I feel a lot better. Milan Momcilovic should probably be 2 or 3.
I was gonna say, should the list probably go Murray Boyles, Momcilovic? Ooh, like, could we make an argument in Baco's third?
I would put Mbako in the top 5. I would put Malik Mack in the top 5. Like
Yeah,
that's those guys are like non-negotiables to me. Like I think Momcilovic, Mbako, Malik Mack, and Murray Boyles all have to be in the top 5. And then you can debate who's 5. But
Miles Rice might be 5.
Miles Rice could be 5. Marcus Burton could be 5. I think Krivas could be 5 if you believe in him. I wouldn't hate Shellstat at 5.
I like that. I like that Thomas Jr. is in the top 10 because he was so damn good last season.
Yeah, he was. KJ Lewis at 22, too low.
Too low.
He's gonna be a breakout star. I don't mean to fixate on it, but I have to fixate on it. Having Jeremy Fears ahead of guys like Jizzle James, crazy to me. Like Jizzle James is like a proven college basketball player. It's pretty good. Like I think if Jeremy were to replicate that, that would be a great year. That's like a top 10% outcome for Jeremy Fears this year. That goes for Aiden Holloway also. Like Aiden Holloway is not proven at all. You can believe in a breakout for him, but I don't think you can have guys like Fears and Holloway who were objectively pretty bad last season ahead of guys like that. DJ Wagner too at 17. He was better than Fears and Holloway, but man, I would have those guys close to the bottom of this list. KJ Lewis definitely is a breakout guy I would want higher. I think the 2 UConn guys, Solomon Ball and Jalen Stewart, can make you look stupid in hindsight years from now. I think Sebastian Mack's too low at 29. I think he was really good. I'd have him ahead of all the DJ Wagner, Aiden Holloway, Jeremy Fearses. Malik Mack 13 is too low. Way too low. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, even get picky, like JoJo Tugler to me, I'm taking over Alex Condon. Like,
Yeah.
It's my main takeaway from this list is there's a lot of good sophomores. That's my number one takeaway. But there's definitely some interesting decisions on here, especially because like with sophomores too, it's like, do you do projecting? Because like obviously you mentioned like guys like Aiden Holloway, he was objectively awful last season, but like you said, we're pretty, positive on what his future might be. Even guys like I think KJ Lewis is going to be an NBA player.
Yeah.
I think he should be way higher on this list, like you mentioned. Jelon Lowe is coming off a great CP3 camp and a good freshman season. So good for college hoops.
All of that said, it's a great list, but
it is never easy to make lists, no matter what. All people do is what's the movie? Django. Criticize. That's all it is. Like that's what lists do. All they do is get criticized by people who don't make lists.
Elliot Cadeau at 12, too high, too low.
Too high.
Jeremy Fears at 19, too high, too low.
Too high.
Should Xavier Booker be on this list instead of Jeremy Fears?
Given last year, yes.
That's sort of where I'm at too. Like I think if you were projecting one of these two to be the breakout guy, wouldn't it be Book?
Yes.
You could do both, but like I think Booker's the higher upside one, right?
Oh yeah, higher upside for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would go. Like if we were going to take a shot at Michigan State guy, I would go Booker. Last thing for me, Indiana has 2 top 10 sophomores according to this list. I would advocate Mbako should be top 5. Rice is probably around the right spot at 7. If you made a list of the best seniors in college basketball, Oumar Ballo's top 10, right?
I
think so.
Probably, maybe just edge of 10.
I mean, we don't need to like go through that, but I think it's pretty safe he'd be top 10 based on the deal he got coming there, and also just there aren't 10 guys who average a double-double coming back.
Yeah.
You're down on Ballo, but I think saying Umar
No,
Ballo's top
I'm not
10.
down saying his top 10. I don't. I'm not with. I'm not with that.
Wasn't he like all Pac-12, like couple years running?
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many guys like as accomplished or as productive as him that are still playing.
I mean, like you just start name like if you just start naming players, how long till you get to Bala though?
I guess let's go through the now we got to do this. I was trying to make a point and you've really derailed the point with your hesitation. Let's look at the best players.
You said seniors or best players?
I'm talking seniors.
Seniors. Okay, so you have RJ Davis.
Yep.
I take Walter Clayton over him. I take Hunter Dickinson over him. I take Janai Broom over him. I take Mark Sears over him.
That's 5. And then you're in Umar Ballo territory.
You're not gonna like the names I say after this, but I would take them over him.
What are the names?
I would take Grant Nelson over him.
That one's a toss up at best.
Would you take John L. Davis over him?
I think they're very similar. I would have them both in the top 10.
Both in top 10.
Yeah.
I'll take John L. Davis.
I mean, either way, you're stretching for the final 3.
I take Eric Dixon over him.
That's crazy.
I was gonna take. What if I want to take Vlad?
Yeah, so this has proven he's a top 10 senior in college basketball. Malik Reneau, top 10 junior in college basketball, right?
Over him.
Malik Reneau, top 10 junior in college basketball.
Yes.
So Indiana has 2 top 10 sophomores, a top 10 junior, and a top 10 senior in their starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure I had my numbers right on that.
Is Mike Woodson a top 50 coach?
Are you taking Cannon Carlisle or Jeremy Fears this year?
Jeremy Fears.
I saw that facial expression. I saw that little twitch. Your
What
lip
twitch?
quivered. Your lip quivered. If
You monitoring my lip quivers, insane.
Moments after eating a banana, if given the opportunity, you can right now swap Jeremy Fears and his next 4 years he could play at Michigan State for the next 3 years of Cannon Carlisle. Snap your fingers. The trade happens. It's like they never even started in each other's shoes.
Nope.
You wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Do you really mean that?
I'm 100% mean that. Jeremy Fears is better than Cannon Carlisle. It's always been better. He's always been better than Cannon Carlisle.
He hasn't been in college.
In the 1 year they both played in college, yes, Cannon Carlisle was sure he's better.
And we expect that to change.
Jeremy Fears would have done better than Cannon Carlisle did at Stanford if the situations were similar.
Why is your head like going off?
Because I'm swapping this. I'm swapping the situations.
We need to start playing poker. I think you have a lot of tells, Cart.
Like what?
So it's a fun exercise. Shout out to CBK Report.